So we are going to meet on the mat this morning, and we're just going to start in a nice seated pose. So whatever that means for you, if you need to go ahead and prop yourself up on a block, a blanket, a pillow, perfect. Sitting it up nice and tall. We're going to really ground down through those sit bones. Allow those legs to fall open as much as possible in this seated posture. And see if we can just go ahead and kind of maybe roll the shoulders back and down, finding our posture, our length through the crown of our head. Just take a couple of breaths here as we breathe in through the nose, nice full breath. And then exhale as we exhale through the nose. Nice full exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and turn to the right as we take that left hand on top of the knee, right fingertips behind us. Take a nice big inhale and get long and tall, and then exhale just into a gentle twist. Nothing too crazy to start the day, just nice, gentle awakening. And on our next inhale, all we're going to do is lift that right arm up and over the ear as we exhale and take a little side bend. Opening up that right side of the body. And when you're ready, releasing that hand down to the opposite knee. And we're going to take an inhale, and as we exhale, drop the chin to the chest, and then see if you can round out the upper back, just gently opening those shoulder blades away from one another. Continuing to breathe. And then slowly rolling it up and releasing the arms, uncrossing. Now let's take an inhale, and we'll try the other side as we sweep the arms up. And exhale over to the left this time. Inhale tall first, and then as we exhale, gently into our twist. And then slowly on the next inhale, begin to sweep that left arm up and over that left ear for a little side bend. Opening that left side of the body this time. Just using that hand on the knee to kind of anchor you. And then slowly on the exhale, go ahead, release that hand down to the opposite knee with the arms crossed. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, go ahead, begin to drop the chin to the chest and see if you can round that upper back by gently pressing the upper back behind you and opening those shoulder blades. And then slowly begin to release as we come up to a nice seated position. Maybe take a couple of shoulder rolls back. And then when you're ready, we're just gently going to make our way onto our knees. And we're just going to prop ourselves up on our toes there as we just gently sit back onto our heels just for a moment. Just kind of opening up the bottoms of the feet, bringing the hands behind us, interlacing the fingers. And then taking an inhale as we press those palms together and open the chest, rolling those shoulders back. Just a slight gaze up, or even more if that's accessible to you with your neck. That's perfect. And when you're ready, releasing, coming forward onto all fours for a moment, and then just go ahead, release the tops of the feet. Just kind of give them a little paddle down onto the floor. And then slowly keeping those knees about hip distance apart, walking those hands forward, sitting back into child's pose. Just allowing the forehead to fall towards the mat, maybe resting on the mat. As we take an inhale, full inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, feeling a nice opening through the backside of the body. And when you're ready, inhale, let's come up to all fours, bringing those wrists towards the shoulders, knees stacked underneath the hips. And we're just going to begin by extending our right leg back and our left arm forward. And then from here, actually, let's just place the hands back down. Let's do a couple of cat-cows before we go into that this morning. So just pressing into the mat on the inhale, let's lift the tailbone, open the chest, and exhale as we take it back into our cat pose and round the spine. Inhale into our cow and exhale into our cat. A couple more times on your own, just working through that with your own breath. And when you're ready, coming back to a nice neutral spine. Now let's go ahead and extend the right leg back, left arm forward. And then when you're ready, using the back side of the body, keeping that core engaged, we'll begin to lift that back leg off the floor and finding bird dog. Taking an inhale, feel length through the fingertips and toes as we lift just gently, a little higher. And when you're ready, let's let that right knee come back down onto the floor. And go ahead and inhale as we open that left arm over to the left, taking a little opening. And then exhale as we take that arm underneath the right arm and thread it through for our thread the needle pose. Allowing that left shoulder, left side of the head to gently come down onto the mat. Keeping those hips high, maybe walking those right fingertips all the way out so we straighten that right arm. And keep ourselves in spider fingers there. Finding a couple of breaths here, full inhales and exhales. And when you're ready, gently sliding that right hand back. Pressing into that right hand, inhale, sweep that left arm back and open again. Tiny twist. From here, let's go ahead and kickstand out that right leg as we extend that left leg all the way out into this little bit of a plank pose, variation of our plank pose. So I'm gonna be facing the opposite direction of you, but it's just so you can see me a little easier on this side. Press out of that right shoulder, lift through those left fingertips. And when you're ready, using your core on your inhale, let's come all the way up and then slide that left hand down the left thigh as we reach that right arm up and over. Our gate pose. On the inhale, let's release ourselves upright. And then we're just going to go ahead and bend into that left knee as we work that right leg back around. So we're lunging towards the back of our mat. You can adjust yourself here, opening up your lunge as deep as you need it to be. And then on your next inhale, let's go ahead and sweep those arms all the way up into low lunge. And as we exhale, place the fingertips on the floor as we slide the hips back and peel the toes off the mat. Inhale back into your lunge as you sweep the arms up. Engage that back right glute as you press the hip forward. And then exhale, fingertips down, sliding the hips back. Couple of more times. Inhale to your low lunge. Engage that right glute. And exhale, sliding back. Last time, inhale. And exhale, let's hold this half split position. Lengthening through the spine. Maybe you leave those right fingertips on the floor, and on an inhale, sweep that left arm up and open, finding a little more sensation in the back of the leg here. Nice, very good, Krista. And then release those right fingertips down. Take an inhale again, lengthen, exhale as we fold. Let's go ahead and bend into that left knee. And we're just going to go ahead and start to kickstand that right lower leg out towards the left, bending into the left knee. Let's bring our left hand to the inside of that left foot. Now you can do fingertips or flat palm. And then on the inhale, sweep the right arm up. So this is a little variation of maybe a extended side angle pose if we were standing. And then that lunge position. And then taking that left leg, finding all force here as we face the back of the mat. And then go ahead and sit yourself back into child's pose as we reach the fingertips forward, release the forehead to the mat. Again, taking nice big full inhales and exhales. And on your next inhale, let's come up to all fours. Finding wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and a couple of cat-cows again as we inhale, lifting the tailbone. Exhale as we round. And you can start to move a little bit in this if you like. Maybe on the inhale, coming a little forward. Exhale as you press maybe back through the hands slightly, just noticing how that maybe changes that stretch, that feeling, sensation a little bit through the spine. And when you're ready, finding a nice neutral position. This time we're extending the left leg back, right arm forward. And when you're ready, maybe start to lift that left leg off the floor into our bird dog as we really activate that core. Eyes are down, neck is in line with the spine. And then go ahead, set that left knee back down on the floor. Inhale and sweep that right arm open to the right for a little twist. Exhale as we slide it through and underneath that left armpit for our thread the needle. Releasing that right shoulder, right side of the head down, and then maybe extending that left arm forward. Finding those left fingertips, keeping those hips high. Feeling that nice opening in the upper back. And then gently begin to slide that left hand back. Inhale as we sweep that right arm up and open. Staying here, let's go ahead and kickstand that left lower leg out this time as we extend the right leg all the way out. I always seem to come up a little bit short on my mat. And finding this variation of side plank pose. Make sure that right foot is fully on the mat so the whole foot is down as we press into that left hand and out of the left shoulder. And on your next inhale, let's use the core to come all the way up, sliding that right hand down the right leg as we reach that left arm over the ear for a little gate pose. And when you're ready, coming up right, This time we're going to bend into the right knee, turn the right toes towards the front of the mat, and then find our lunge towards the top of our mat. So making any adjustments you need to, bending into the right knee. And when you're ready, go ahead, inhale as we sweep the arms up into low lunge. Go ahead and engage that left glute this time to press the hip forward. And then exhale, fingertips to the floor as we send the hips back and peel that right foot off the mat. Again, inhale forward to your lunge, sweeping the arms up. Press and squeeze that left glute. Exhale as we slide back into this half split. Couple of more times. Inhale, sweeping up. And the reason I have you engage through that glute is so that we just don't dump those hips forward and kind of lose that core engagement. Maybe do a little bit of excess arching in that low back. And last time, let's hold it into this half split pose. Maybe you leave those left fingertips on the floor or flat palm. Go ahead, inhale, sweep that right arm open to the right. Find a little twist in this position as you send the hips back. And then go ahead, release those right fingertips down. Take another inhale as you come up a little, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you fold over that leg. Let's go ahead and bend into that right knee this time, placing the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Go ahead and kickstand that left lower leg to the long edge of your mat. And then when you're ready, using that right shoulder pressed against that right knee, let's go ahead and open, sweep that left arm open into this little variation of our side angle pose. And when you're ready, releasing the hand down, go ahead and find your lunge again towards the top of your mat. And then when you're ready, releasing that right leg back beside the left knee. And then go ahead and sit it back into child's pose, sending the hips back, reaching those fingertips forward, releasing the neck. Take a full inhale and exhale. On our next inhale, let's come up slightly as we slide ourselves forward and bring ourselves down onto our belly into cobra pose. Lifting the head, neck, chest off the mat. Exhale and release. Inhale to cobra again, rolling those shoulders back, pressing into the tops of the feet. Exhale and release. One last time. Inhale and exhale. Your choice. If you like to join, you can slide your hands back a little bit more to the tops of the ribs and maybe trying an upward facing dog. As we press into the hands, we can lift the hips off the floor, maybe leave the knees down, maybe even tuck the toes if that works. And then exhale and release. Go ahead and take the hands, stack them under the forehead as you release the forehead. And then just bending the knees, taking a little windshield wiper wash from side to side, just allowing those legs to kind of fall gently. And when you're ready, let those legs extend back down onto the mat. Hands slide under the shoulders. Inhaling yourself up to all fours. And then exhale as we take a nice wide-legged child's pose this time. Knees open, big toes touch. And bringing that forehead down, we can stack the hands to rest the forehead. Or maybe go ahead and wrap the arms around the body. Letting the shoulders be heavy. Excellent. Couple of more breaths here. Slowly begin to slide the hands back under the shoulders as we gently roll it up the spine, one vertebrae at a time, taking your time. Head will be the last thing to come up. And then just bring ourselves over onto one hip. And we are going to sit here on the mat. We are going to take the right or the left leg, and we're going to tuck the left leg under as we bring the right leg on top in this variation, or this, usually we do this with cow face pose, arms. So we're just kind of stacking the knees as much as possible. And if this doesn't work, you can always go ahead and just cross the legs with that right leg on top, okay, if that works for you. However, it works. All right, so we're just going to go ahead, make sure those sit bones are right down on the mat, and we can sit it up nice and tall, taking an inhale. And as we exhale, we're just going to begin to creep the hands forward, keeping a nice long spine. We're just feeling an opening here in that top leg. Reaching those hands forward as much as you can. Enough that, or not too much, that you begin to feel, especially that left sit bone lift off the mat. That top leg sit bone, you want to keep both down on the mat as much as possible. And then slowly begin to walk it back as we sit nice and upright. And we're going to take that top leg, so your left leg, go ahead, extend it all the way out and bring that right foot in towards the inner thigh. And you just take a little side bend here. Inhale and sweep that right arm up. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and slide that left hand down towards the ankle as we lift and open the chest. Again, take a nice side bend, a nice opening through that right side of the body. If you want to go ahead and grab those left toes, you can, or maybe you can even flip that left palm and grab hold of maybe the inner arch or the outer part of the foot, wherever your practice takes you today. And when you're ready, inhale all the way up. And then taking a nice big inhale, sweep the arms up as we exhale, and take a gentle twist over towards the right, sitting it tall. Slowly releasing back to center. Go ahead and switch the legs up this time. So this time the left leg is under, right leg on top. I think that's how I directed you. It's the opposite of last time. I hope so. Who knows today? I can't remember. Okay. Finding that nice tall position. And on your exhale, you can just stay where you are, or creeping those fingers forward, keeping a nice long spine. Opening up through that outer right hip. And then slowly begin to walk it back as we sit it up nice and tall. And then taking that top leg, right leg, extending it out and sliding that left foot to the inner thigh. Again, making any adjustments you need to. Inhale, sweep that left arm up as we exhale and slide that left hand down the inner leg. Maybe you can touch your elbow to the floor. Maybe you can reach for the toes. Whatever works, whatever feels good. See if you can just spin that chest a little bit open towards the ceiling. And slowly inhale to come back up, exhaling it out. Take another big inhale, sweep the arms up, and as we exhale, a little gentle twist towards the left, sitting it tall. And then slowly unwinding as we bring the legs back together, finding a nice cross-legged position. And taking an inhale, sweep the arms up. This time exhale and let those hands float down to the sides. Again, inhale, sweep up, palms face one another as you exhale and let those arms float down. Last time, inhale, sweep it up. This time, palms come together as we exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, get a little taller as we find our posture one more time here. Exhale it out. And that is it for this morning's flow. I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.